Hey guys, so this morning Rick texted me his 4 sweet words you always want to hear from a man. Let's make kraut today. So here we are, we're making kraut. We've got a huge cabbage and we're going to use a 2% brine, so basically, or not brine, 2% of salt. So basically you weigh your cabbage and then you take 2% of that. And we're using a mandolin. Rick didn't want to cut it by hand, and actually it's coming out really nice. See there? It's very thin.
And look at Fran's big chunks. Down here, look at this. Look at those big chunks. I don't think that's going to work.
Okay, so, and while we do this, I'm drinking June. Just so you guys know. It's like kombucha. Same kind of culture. You use honey and green tea to...
And I'm over here sweeping.
And she's being a good helper sweeping. So, once you put that in there and you figure out your salt content, you're going to pound it. So you can actually get a kraut pounder, but I just use a wooden lemon juicer. So anything that's like got a handle and you can kind of, you pound it and you rest it and you pound it some more and it actually produces its own water. The chemical reaction between the salt and the cabbage actually makes the cabbage extract all its liquid, and so that's what the brine is. Yeah, so there we go. Step 1, cut your cabbage. And we're going to make just cabbage today, but I have some in the fridge, not the freezer, the fridge with beets and onions and garlic and all kinds of good stuff. So you can put whatever you want in there, any veggie. Especially if you're doing it by weight, then you're good to go. What else was I going to mention? You can use spices, dill, whatever you'd like. And I ferment mine for 6 weeks. It bubbles. Look, I found a new helper. So we weighed it, and we had 3.2 kilograms of cabbage. So 2% of that is just about 3 tablespoons. I think 3 tablespoons gives us a little more. 64 grams of salt is what we need. So we weighed that out. So so you can massage it and you can pound it and you can kind of do a combo of that. This is a tool from, I think that's a Pampered Chef one.
What are you doing when you massage it, pound it?
Chop. You're causing it to let that liquid out. So it's drawing out the liquid to make so it turns
and you're breaking it up.
It's like squishing it. Squishing
okay, so we're using that. This isn't the best tool, but I don't have anything else. And then this is it's a little guy, but it actually works really well. Okay?
I'll have the little guy.
Okay, so we've now got it down to 1 bowl. So all of that cabbage will fit in here. And you can see when Rick pushes there, all of that, we did not add any water. So it looked like it was going to be like so much, but once you pound it and it softens, so we're going to put it in a jar, and once in there, we'll get that black long pounder again, and we'll kind of push it down. You want the brine level over the top.
Can I have that pounder?
Yep.
And we'll show you how to lid it at the top so that it doesn't float over top of the brine level, because that will mold. You want to keep it under the brine level. Like I was saying before, some people... Oh, he's saying it's perfect. Never mind, Daddy's got it. Some people will ferment it for short amounts of time, but if you go by Sandra Katz and The Art of Fermentation, if you read those books, and most people who ferment, if you wait 4 to 6 weeks, I always wait at least 6 weeks and then put it in the fridge. It still ferments in the fridge, it's just slower, but 6 weeks out. And the longer you leave it out, again, making sure that it's under the brine level and so on, the more probiotics and good stuff you're going to get. Okay, so the tops, my good friend Christine, she showed me how to do this step. Want to make sure that it's really down there. And then you keep your outer leaves. I guess I should have told you that sooner. Keep your outer leaves as a lid. So basically you're going to put that in there to keep from all those floaties from coming up. And then I'll cut that all off after. But what you do is you take a couple of carrots and you make a bridge so that it locks that down. I'll lock it down. Can you see in there? And I usually crisscross it. So we're gonna take this, I'm just gonna cut it so that there's nothing over the brine level, because this as well should not be over. It's a little bit bigger than I had thought. Let me cut this off. Okay. You'll see this one's not all the way to the top, so I just put the carrots after I put a cabbage leaf in, and I really pushed it down. Because within a few days, you'll see the bubbles start to come up and it's starting to ferment. So it will actually push stuff up. So that carrot actually might dislodge and come floating up. So you got to keep an eye on that and make sure that you're pushing it down. You want to have clean hands. And another trick that I learned was you'll see air bubbles trapped lower down later on. And so within a few days I usually use a chopstick, and you shove it in the side and you'll see the bubbles being released and coming up. So it just kind of keeps everything flowing, and it keeps the everything at the bottom fermenting at the same rate of speed. But you'll actually, so put a bowl underneath your jar I have it just in a cupboard, and you want to put a bowl underneath to catch the brine because it will bubble over. So this one's not all the way full, so I'm curious to know if this one will just stay within the jar or if it'll still be everywhere. So this is something that I look forward to watch. But if you look at the top of this one, it's already, some of the little pieces have come up, the ones I cut. So you want to remove those floaties. And eventually it'll look like nothing's happening, but it still is fermenting, and you'll smell it and all of those good things. But again, you can use your cabbage, of course your salt, onion, garlic, carrot, beets. The possibilities are endless, and dill's really nice in the kraut. So have fun with it and comment below. Let us know what you used in yours and how you liked it. If you have any questions, be more than happy to answer those. Okay, see you soon.